Welcome to the Stuttering John podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stuttering John. I don't need any guests today. I don't want any guests today. I don't need anyone to chime in like some pock-faced individuals who need people to surround them and kiss their plug-headed ass. I don't need that. Here I am, a guy who goes on a show called the Artie and Anthony Show. Now, let me just say, because I really do not want to trash Artie Lange. Artie Lange is an old friend. I love the man. I really do. And I'm not even going to make this about Artie because Artie, look, I don't know how much longer he's got. I mean, it's sad, but I don't know. When I saw him when I was on Anthony and Artie's show, whichever way they want to freaking call it, Artie and Anthony Show, you know, Artie's hands were immersed in Vaseline. I'm here from Royce's Arcade Warehouse, my campaign manager's company. Royce, Artie's hands were immersed in Vaseline.
Why don't they just call it the A&A Show? Wouldn't that make more sense?
They do, which is appropriate considering the two that are involved. Anyway, so Artie shakes my hand, and it's sad because when I looked at him, Royce, I know you're a big Stern fan and shit. When I looked at him, he doesn't even look like himself anymore. It's like he's going through a Kenny Rogers thing. Like, I don't even recognize him. And it's sad because Artie is a very talented man, a very funny guy. And it's sad. His nose is now, I mean, God knows it. What nose he has on his face now. But he really it really saddens me. You know, and I pray for the man. So I'm not even going to go, I don't want to attack Artie in any way because really he doesn't need it. And I love his family, and I have no desire to make this about Artie because he really, at this point, it would be unfair. And plus, I don't want to, when and if Artie does leave this world, I don't want any blood on my hands because really, I'm not the one employing him right now. I'm not the one letting him into a studio on a show while blood is coming from his nose, which is what I experienced, Royce, when I was there. Not only was his hands immersed in Vaseline all over his nose, which the only thing I could ascertain, the only thing that I could guess is that he was covering his nose from bleeding. Now, that could be completely incorrect, so I don't know. It's just my opinion or my concern. I don't know why. Anthony, in his delusion, said to me, oh, it's just because Artie has dry skin. So anyway, Anthony tells me, oh, it's because of dry skin. Now, I don't know about you, Royce, but I don't know. If you had dry skin, would your face, your hands and face are immersed in Vaseline? I mean, really? I've never heard of such a ridiculous excuse. And by the way, if you had dry skin, get some dry skin lotion.
Use Eucerin.
Something.
Stuff's
Go to a
fantastic.
doctor. You don't come into a show with your freaking face immersed in Vaseline. Or whatever he's using, whatever oil he's using. But anyway, Anthony wants to delude himself and believe that there has nothing to do with it. Now, the other thing I noticed on Artie's hands is he has slit marks on his knuckles. Now, I don't know. I am not making any accusation because I do not want any lawsuits. But let's just say Anthony thinks it's because he has dry skin and it's chafing. Now, Royce, when you see 4 slit marks on your knuckles, very precise slit marks, no. They're not chafed skin, you pock-faced pussy dummy. It's not chafed skin. And if you gave a fuck about Artie, Anthony, you would talk to him. Try and help the man. Keith Maresca. Keith, the cop, the producer. You are an ex-cop and are letting a man walk into your studio and you employ him while he has admitted that he still does heroin. And you let a man who you know his nose is bleeding on your show that you produce, and you call yourself a cop, an ex-cop. Now, all I'm going to say is I have many police friends, many, a lot higher ranked than you were, Mr. Maresca. And they would not even for a second allow that to go on. You are employing somebody who is obviously slowly killing himself. And you employ him, you allow him to show up late on a regular basis and have his nose bleed profusely. Now, I witnessed when the comedian Rich Voss was on and slowly tried to very subtly get Artie a freaking tissue. And that was months ago. It was reported on Radar Online. Now, I myself witnessed it just the last time I was on, which was last Thursday night, Royce. And I witnessed it. And I sit there to myself, and I just ask, who is Anthony Cumia that he's okay with letting an old friend, a man with a big heart, Artie Lange, just kill himself? Now, anyway, getting back to the knuckles, I don't know, a few people I asked a few people who know much about heroin. And apparently, now I'm not saying this is what Artie's doing. I'm not making an accusation. This is just an assumption. Is that you make slits on your knuckles because you could shoot the heroin in and it works that much quicker.
I know some people that are close to Anthony, and Anthony's floating another theory that Artie's actually Wolverine.
Whatever it is, but, look, how can you even, I don't know where to start with that, but that's why, Artie, I'm not bad-mouthing you here. I'm not trashing you. I'm not trashing your comedy. I'm not trashing you for all the insults you throw my way, because really, I am concerned, and I feel bad, and I love you, and I wish that nothing bad happens to you. I hope you get help, and I hope you are healthy, and because I know that many people, fans, family, friends, all love and care about you. So I am not going to take this time to trash Artie Lange. I just feel bad. And that gets me to a person who obviously doesn't feel bad. If he felt bad, he would not be paying Artie all this money to come to his studio freaking and do a show while the man is abusing. You know it, Anthony. You admitted it to me. That's right, Anthony. Now we'll get to Friday. So I do that show, Royce, on Thursday night. And Artie and Anthony said they wouldn't come to my show on Friday. Of course, Anthony did come. I knew there was not a chance in hell Artie was going to come. But it didn't matter. So Anthony's there at the bar when I walk into the bar at the great Governor's Brokerage in Belmore. And he's at the bar with what looks like, Royce, I mean, a 21-year-old at best. This girl looks so young. I personally, she could pass for Anthony's granddaughter, okay? That's how young. That's fine. Look, there is no way she's with Anthony for his personality. There's no way she's with Anthony for his looks. We all know what that looks like. She's with Anthony because he's rich. He's rich.
Doesn't he have all those craters on his face?
Yes.
So I call that celestial.
Yes. He's Pocky. Hey, the Pocky and Pudgy show. He's Pocky. Hey. Welcome back to the Pluggy and Druggy show. He's Pocky with hair plugs. And look, I really thought Anthony was a friend. I did. But I've been duped by this pock-faced prick way too many times. I've done his show before Artie came 9 times. And each time, guys like Ben Ratner and Garrett, the freaking spineless piece of shit, and Keith, the alleged cop, Maresca, they have told me how I have, like, the best feedback. And how, people, I get the most positive tweets and emails because my appearances are always good. And I know they are. And I know so, Royce, but I'll tell you why. Because Keith texted me again on Friday and said how he's getting great reviews and he wants to have me back. And the next time it'll just be me, Artie, and Anthony because they overbooked this time because, God bless her, Allie made a mistake. Allie is their booker and she didn't know I was coming to town. I don't know how she didn't know, but she didn't know. But God bless her, she's a good person. She didn't know, so they booked these 2 fucking, I don't know. Well, I don't know anything. Brian, I have no problem with that guy. The other guy is a nitwit, fucking, I forget his name. It's a nobody comedian who sits there. I say something nice to him. I wish I knew his name right now, but it really doesn't matter. And he, I think DeVito or something. Anyway, Joe DeVito. I think that's it. Anyway, this little fucking asshole, I go and say hi to him when I'm on the way into Anthony's show. Everything's nice. And, of course, when I go on the show, it just becomes pummeling by Artie, which is fine. That's what Artie wants to do. He wants to pummel me. If it makes him feel better, that's fine. But this fucking little prick DeVito sits there and starts chiming in with Artie. Because he's got to get the love from Artie and Anthony. Because all these comics are afraid of Artie. They're all afraid of Arnie. They're all afraid of Artie. Sorry, it's early in the morning here.
Arnie's afraid of Artie too.
Well, but these comics, yeah. But these comics are afraid of him. Nobody's willing to fucking speak out like I am because nobody has the balls. Look, I got the cojones. I'm the guy that went and asked celebrities anything without concern, and I'm the guy that'll call you out on your bullshit, Cumia. So, let's get back to the bullshit. Anthony goes to my show. Now, let me tell you something, Royce. Was it packed? No. It was Friday night. Was it half full? Probably around half full. And even if it wasn't, it doesn't matter. Because you know why? My friends were there. Some of them, a lot of them came on Saturday, and my family was there. My mother came. And I am not going to lie, because I don't. But here's the truth. I killed it. I killed it. And to say that I didn't is a fucking lie. Now, Royce, look, like any comic, there's not a comic on the planet who hasn't bombed or who hasn't had a lukewarm show or a mediocre show. If I have a mediocre show or a shitty show, I'll admit it. I'll say I sucked.
Nobody knows better about a mediocre show than Anthony Cumia.
Oh, exactly. So now, look, Royce, I killed it. I killed it. I mean, every 5-10 seconds, big laughs. And guess who was one of the big laughers? Anthony Pockface Cumia. Anthony sat there laughing his ass off. He sat on a side, but behind my brother. And my brother, who used to be a Cumia fan, no longer, because if my brother ever sees Anthony, he'll make his face even uglier than it is now. Because that's how I'm getting to this, Royce. This is like a suspenseful movie right now. Anthony Cumia, left and right. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! I didn't even notice that Anthony does this stupid laugh. Ha ha! Ha ha! And my brother knows. He let me know. Anthony was laughing his ass off. Not only did my brother, plenty of witnesses, including myself. I looked over. Doesn't matter. Everyone else is laughing. And I would every once in a while check out Anthony while he was laughing his ass off. So for this pock-faced pussy to then, after the show, I don't ask him what he thought. He goes, "Hey, John, good show, man. Great job, good show." Compliments me, everything else. Tells my brother the same thing. Compliments me to my brother. And then he leaves. And you know what, Royce? Everything was all good. And I said to him, I go, "Hey, I hope," when he said to me, "Good job, good show," I said to him, "Well, at least say it on your show what a good show was." "Oh, yeah, no problem, of course." When he leaves with fucking Little Miss Sunshine. When he leaves with this girl, now I notice a change. Like, you know how you could tell, I'm a very perceptive person. And I realized the change in his pock face. Like, suddenly I could see he's thinking, shit, I can't be complimentary. I gotta be an asshole because that's my nature. And I noticed it. I swear to you. I told my brother this. No. This man is gonna fucking lie. And he's gonna bullshit. And I knew it when he left. Because then, me and my brother, and our good friend, our mutual friend, Mike Gillingham, who's one of the sweetest guys in the world, who loves Anthony, we all are driving to my favorite Italian restaurant, La Bussola in Glen Cove. And we start listening to the Anthony and Artie show. And now I know my review is coming from the pock-faced pussy. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling you, he's going to trash me. I know it. And my brother and Mike are like, no, come on. He loved the show. Yeah, but you don't understand something. Anthony is a spineless piece of shit, twisted individual. And I knew it. And this is how bad his show is. And I mean this, Royce. This is how, first of all, the show is unlistenable. It is unlistenable. Now I know why I get all the great reviews when I'm on that show. There is nothing interesting. Artie Lange, now I'm not trashing Artie, and God bless him, but he's making Brooks was here references. I mean, it was a Shawshank Redemption reference. And they throw out the F word for homosexual on a regular basis. The show is the most racist, sexist, misogynist show I've ever heard in my life. I am shocked that they can live with themselves the way they talk about races, about transgender, about gay, and they just go on and on. It's like listening to, it's like the most bigoted show I've ever. Hey, coming to you live on WKKK. That's what it's like. It's like listening. It's like being a part of a KKK rally. And the references they bring up, are so mundane and so old. I'll bring up Columbo and Hogan's Heroes. Just to goof on them. They bring up, references to, you have to fucking be a scholar in cinema or in television to even know what the fuck they're talking about. But it's boring. Just so boring and so racist. Anthony should be ashamed of himself. If he had kids, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, let's not hope.
No, there's no chance. Because I don't think any girl would want to bear a child from that fucking douchebag.
If you don't mind, a little Bondo would get rid of a lot of those marks on his
face. Yes, it would. But you know what? He's an uglier man inside. Because here he is telling me how great I was on his show when he was at Governor's. And everything else, compliments up the ass. John, you're one of our best guests. All this. Look, if you want to lie, lie. I know it's the truth because I have texts from Keith. I have texts from them saying how great I am on the show. Even Artie. I know I am. Royce, look, when you know, you know. If just like I know that girl's with Anthony because of his money. I know that too. And Anthony, if you are actually thinking that she's not, you're out of your fucking pock-faced brain.
I don't know this girl, but most working women are with the guy for the money.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not making any allegations that she's a working woman.
No, but Anthony looks like the kind of guy.
No, because one of his girl friends, because I'm not going to make any, again, allegations, but was Vinnie Brand's daughter, Danielle Brand. Vinnie Brand owns the Stress Factory. He's a good man, good father. And, of course, this is the one that Anthony was accused or whatever of domestic violence or whatever it was. I don't know what the term is. Anthony had to correct me on the show, whatever it is. But I know that it was, some words of strangulation were mentioned. I don't know.
I think the term is settlement.
Yeah, but I think he did plead guilty. But then when I was on his show and I mentioned it, and I was kidding. I was saying if I become senator, of course I was making a joke saying that I'll get him out of anything, which Royce, I have no power to do, and nor would I ever do it.
Not even in the same state, John.
Yeah, I know. But I was just making a joke, and he corrected me on what his violation was. It doesn't matter. Here's a guy that obviously, have you watched the YouTube thing that Danny Brand posted while she was shitting in her pants while he's walking around looking for his gun? It is so scary. It's like OJ scary. It's scary. He's like, where the fuck is my gun? I mean, first of all, Anthony, this is my point about gun owners. Anthony's a big gun owner. If you can't find your gun, that's an issue, Anthony. If you're a gun owner, a responsible gun owner, and even Keith Maresca, Keith the Cock, he will admit, if you're a gun owner, you should be able to know where your fucking gun is. He's running around, where the fuck is my gun? And it's so scary. It's like OJ screaming. It's scary. And I'm going, this man is a lunatic. He's a lunatic. And then I just watched it on YouTube where he's smacking his kid in the face. Some guy posted something on YouTube. He's smacking this guy in the face. There is an inherent problem with Anthony Cumia.
Wait, Anthony actually has kids? I thought
No, he doesn't have kids.
Who's getting smacked?
He was just smacking some kid, some dude.
Really?
Yeah. But this is the guy who he is. Which makes sense about his misogyny, his sexism, his racism. It makes sense. He's a hateful man. Now, when you have that face, I don't blame him for being hateful. But he is. Now, Royce, if you will. So Anthony decides to say there was nobody in the audience, although Artie said, well, I'm looking at the picture here. There are people there, which there were. In fact, Saturday night, I think it was a sellout. And the late show was about half full, but a little bit more. Maybe they're about the same when Anthony was in. Now, look. Am I as famous as Artie Lange? No. Am I as famous as Anthony Cumia? In some ways, no. Some ways, yeah. Some ways, no. I don't care. Am I a good comic? Yes. I work my ass off. I craft my jokes. I have been told by Willie Barcena and other really good comics how good I am. I don't need Artie or Anthony to sit and say if I'm good or not. I know I am. And when you're on stage and you're getting laughs. Now, Anthony will go, oh, they're laughing at you, not with you. Bullshit. I am a really good stand-up. Am I a great stand-up? Am I Seinfeld? No. But I'm good. There's a reason why I get asked back to the improvs and to the Laugh Factories, which, by the way, I'll throw in a plug. January 8th through the 14th, I'll be at the Laugh Factory in wonderful Las Vegas at the Tropicana. That's right. They asked me back, Anthony. They don't ask me back because I sucked. If I sucked, I will tell you I sucked. Artie still goes under the premise that of my stand-up 18 years ago. Now, I'm gonna give you a shocker, and Artie, this is just the truth. I'm not trashing you. But some of our dearest close friends, I'm not going to mention names, but they came to my show. And they said to me, John, you were great. They said, just like Richie Wilson did from the E! Show. John, I never, I have to admit, you were awesome. Richie came to 3 of my shows and went to various places in the audience and heard like a woman saying that my face is hurting from laughing so hard. My sides are splitting. Another woman. Richie was like, John, man, you fucking come a long way. You're a damn good comic. And he was laughing his ass off the whole show. And Artie admitted to me when Artie called me on one of his apology tours to Stuttering John, said, John, I got to be honest, Richie Wilson said how good you were, and I know he's a fine judge of talent. Richie wouldn't lie or bullshit, but he knows. He knew how well I did in Tampa. And, and just like fucking, these other people, who I'm not going to mention names, said to me, what they said to me, Royce? They said, John, we've been to an Artie show, and we've been to your show. You're way funnier than Artie. And look, it's not for me to trash Artie's stand-up, but I'm not going to say I'm funnier than Artie in my stand-up. All I'm going to say is there's not a big difference if you go the other way. In other words, if Artie Lange's going to say I suck, then he's got to then tell himself that he sucks. Because I do not suck. And put it this way, Artie Lange God bless him. This is why he needs help. They said that he forgot his jokes on stage. He didn't remember. He was responding to an audience making a grunt that they never did. It was so, like a calculated line, like, like as if he's going to argue with somebody, but the person doesn't even say anything. But it's part of his fucking act that he can remember. So he was like, makes it look like, don't moan to me, but nobody moaned. Then he forgot his joke in one part. And then he showed up at fucking 45 minutes late to his own show. I mean, who is he, Guns N' Roses? I mean, and this is like, and I feel bad. I'm not even going to trash him. I'm just saying, when you show up late to your own show, when you fucking, how many shows he's canceled and not shown at? My fucking agent was going to book Artie and I on the road in Boston, and the promoter refused because he said the last time Artie dicked him at Foxwoods.
So what does this say about a guy like Anthony? The best he can do is lean on a guy like Artie who has all these demons, all right, a good guy that's suffering, and that's the best Anthony can do to get by because at best, he's a regional personality. So he needs a guy like Artie to offset the fact that he really shouldn't be on the air at all anymore.
No. And you're exactly right. God knows how many subscribers they have. It can't be that many. It really can't be. I don't know who would pay for it. I tried to this is the first time I actually, we sat there and listened because, my friend Mike is a subscriber, and it was just god-awful. I mean, look, Auntie, you know Howard Stern. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I am. I have humility and I'm rational, Anthony. Fucking, you are no Howard Stern. You're not even Opie. At least Opie fucking was a broadcaster. You really are unlistenable.
Well, who's still there? Opie's still there.
No, Opie's done with.
But he survived him.
Well, but Anthony got fired, of course, because of his racist rant. Which is fucking, I don't know, Anthony. You really think it's okay the way you act on your show? You think it's okay to talk the way you do? Really?
Well, if no one's listening.
It doesn't matter. Even if one person's listening.
I'm just saying the guy's insulated with his own stupid thoughts, and obviously it's all hate-filled. So anyone that's listening to that
is of the same ilk.
Anybody.
No, but it's the same ilk. I mean,
exactly.
He's attracting the same hateful, sexist, misogynistic people. And let me tell you something, Royce. You know what Anthony decided to do the other day? Or was it yesterday? He made fun of my kids. Now, Anthony, that is something that I have said on numerous occasions is off limits. When Steve Grillo made a joke about one of my children, I told you, Artie Lange, that you should have edited it out. Artie admitted he should have, and Artie apologized. Now, Anthony, you are that desperate to try and best me that you're going to go after my children? Now, listen, Anthony, I don't care how many guns you have. You do not make fun of my children. My kids are innocent from this. And if you fucking do it again, Anthony, there will be repercussions. Ones that you don't even know. You don't know, Anthony. You don't make fun of someone's child. I'm sorry. Even your brother, because, I love his brother, Joe. Joseph Cumia is a really, really nice person. He's a really good guitar player. I mean, really, really good guy. When I emailed Joe and said, please tell your brother, stop beating on my kids. Because you know what happens? Then there's all memes like comparing my kid to this and that. This is what he's... Now he's creating people to make fun of my children. He's inciting people to make fun of my children. Now, Artie, I know knows that's wrong. And Artie, I know you, and I love you. You know that's wrong. You know that's wrong. Like some guy goes, well, you made fun of Artie's father. I never made fun of Artie's father. I said, why don't you come to terms and get over the fact, with the issues you have with your father. I would never make fun of Artie's father. I don't even know Artie's father.
That's not a child. That has nothing to do with what's going on.
No. I won't make fun of Artie's sister or Artie's mother. I'm not making fun of anybody's family members except the people that are responsible for the rhetoric. And Anthony, you are a coward to make fun of my children. And if you did that to my fucking face, I would beat the living shit out of you, Anthony. And there is no doubt that I can. And if you if you dare to do it again, I already have an attorney on this. Because if he incites any anger, any hate towards my children, I'm going to sue your fucking balls off, Anthony. You hear that? You pock-faced prick? I'm going to sue your fucking balls. And what a fucking coward to make fun of someone's kids. What the fuck is wrong with you? You leave children alone. You want to fucking go mano to mano with me? You go. That's it. Because my children are not in your league. Thank you. That's a reference from an American president. Stay away from my kids because they're fucking way better than you. They're smarter and they're innocent. They don't fucking go around strangling women, Anthony. No. They don't fucking have a gun that they can't find, Anthony. They don't make racist comments to people, Anthony. So you better shut the fuck up about my kids, Anthony. Get that through your fucking head. Shut the fuck up about my children. Thank you. And I really do mean this, Royce.
I know you do, John.
I don't care. You can say anything. You can fuck with me all you want. Make fun of. Say I'm not a funny comic. I'm fucking Stuttering John, El Chapo. Make all your fucking jokes you want, Anthony. You just stay away from my fucking children. Because Keith Maresca, you have children, don't you? Yeah. Do you want me to start a campaign about your children? This is not a threat, Keith, because I would never do that. I am not that much of a spineless, hateful coward. Keith Maresca, your children are safe when it comes to me. I am not going to attack children that have nothing to do with this. And Anthony, by doing that, you have sunk to an even lower level than your twisted failure of a life has become. So there. Anthony, I got a lot of dirt on you. A lot. I'm sitting here, Royce, you can see the papers here. I got a lot of dirt on you, Anthony. I had said on Twitter that I was going to talk about it. I'm not even going to do it.
I would have mentioned those first three because then he'll be getting attorneys on you, and you don't want to get into that with him.
No. Oh, no. 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 I could have Danny Brand on the show. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do the shit that I know about you, Anthony, the animal that you are. I know more than you know because you were probably too inebriated to remember. That's an assumption. That's not an allegation.
If you don't, I just want to read the whole thing.
No, it's okay.
I won't read it out loud. Don't worry.
No. And I compiled, and people sent me, links to things about Anthony Cumia. Wow. I'm not going to do it. Because I don't even want to go there. I'm just going to tell him one thing. Shut the fuck up about my kids. End of story. Period. That's all, Anthony. You want to goof on me all you want, fine. Just shut the fuck up about my children.
If he were a more notable personality, some of these things would actually make it into the main news cycle, and a guy like this would be taken down.
Well, no. He will be taken down. Yeah, trust me.
He's not up there. There's nothing to take down.
No. I have attorneys already because he's inciting violence against my kids, and by inciting violence against my kids, trust me. There are other ways to fucking hurt Anthony besides attorneys. Anthony, trust me, there are. I know. Believe me. I know, Anthony. So there is Anthony in his huge mansion, staring at his ugly fucking pock-faced face in the fucking mirror, hating life and women, and his house is empty. His house is empty. You know why? Because he doesn't have children. He, doesn't. Even his friends, look, I have no problem with his friends. I love Dennis and Fred. They're nice people. I love his brother. I really do love his brother. His brother's a rational, good man. But, let's face it. I said Anthony's alone in his empty house, and he's got fake friends. Now, okay, Dennis or Fred or somebody said, how dare you call us fake friends? Okay. Let me just, they play cards at Anthony's house, right? Now, I wonder if Dennis and Fred and these guys are all gathering around, at a local bar playing cards without Anthony. Now, they all go there for the fame and fortune of Anthony Cumia, for the free pizza, for the nice card table. I'm not saying. Let's assume they're good friends. It's a load of shit. Anthony he's not capable of having friends because he can't like anybody because he doesn't like himself. He does not like himself. You got the Artie and Anthony show. Both guys can't stand themselves. First of all, they don't even hang out outside of the show.
I don't even understand why Artie thinks he needs Anthony. That's what kind of blows my mind.
What? Because Artie doesn't have... Look, and I think Artie has said this. Artie's lazy. He doesn't have the motivation to... Like, he hated having to do his own show. And, he showed up late for his own show. And it was in his house. I'm sorry.
Shit happens.
Jackie the Joke Man sitting there for an hour waiting for Artie to come out of his bedroom.
Well,
No, I know. And Jackie, God bless him. I love Jackie. Go buy Jackie's book, fucking The Joke Man's About to Turn. It's on Amazon. But Jackie didn't even know. Like I said, Jack, you didn't know what he was doing in there? And he was like, John, I'm so naive. I had no idea. Put it this way. Royce, once I went to Artie's house for Artie's show, and Dan, fucking the other enabler, Dan Filato, he goes, Artie had to go to New York to do a show. I'm like, yeah, what show? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Then Artie shows up an hour late, then goes into his bedroom for another half hour, then comes out, and 20 minutes later, takes a break from his own show, goes back into his bedroom for another half hour, 40 minutes, and then comes out, and then while he's doing his show, his nose is bleeding, I'm handing him fucking napkins. And Dan Filato just sits, just sits there and lets it go on. Now, Anthony told me, this is an interesting that Anthony told me at the bar. He goes, well, John, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change Artie. He's like, there's nothing I can do. I can't help him. So what do you do, Anthony? Instead, you just put him on the air, and you pay him for it, and you pay him so we can all watch Artie kill himself.
But this is Anthony, right? This is the guy that's always wanted to be Howard Stern. Back from the days of Whip It Out Wednesdays, he's always tried. He's never going to get there. So what is he doing? He's taking the next best thing. He's putting him right next to him, and he's capitalizing off of this guy's suffering.
Yeah. That's the sad thing. And, I don't know how anyone can even watch the show. Look, Artie Lange...
There's a camera on the show?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
God, I hope it's not in HD.
No.
I don't want to see 4,000 lines of resolution of that face. It'd be like looking at the surface of the moon from the Hubble telescope. NASA would start analyzing that and finding alien life forms in the craters underneath the folds.
No. Look.
He's talking about Anthony.
Yeah, I know. He's an ugly man, and that's fine. He wasn't born. He's got the face for radio.
You got that kind of money. Go to a doctor. They can do these things now. They can peel half of that thing off and put it back.
I know. Someone said don't make fun of something he can't change. He can.
He can change it.
He can.
You know what? Don't renovate the living room this year.
No, yeah. I know.
Renovate the face.
Don't buy another fucking AR-15. Go just fucking, go out and fix your face.
Well, that's one way to reconstruct things. Get the AR and point it right in his face.
Well, yeah. Well. Who knows if that's down the line? But look. He brags about how he's a millionaire. He's got so much money. But you know what? It's the old cliche. Money can't buy happiness, Anthony. It could buy you those friends that go and play cards with you and hang on to you because you're the big star in their lives. You're their quote unquote celebrity friend,
regional hack.
Yep. And then that's what you got. Good for you. You got a bunch of fake friends. You walk into the Comedy Cellar. And by the way, this is the thing about Anthony. Anthony, I'm sure in some way always wanted to be a comedian, but he's a coward, and he would not want to go on stage. He would not want to subject himself to that kind of ridicule, that kind of pressure, because he's a coward. There's no way. It takes a certain amount of balls to get on a stage. A certain amount of belief in yourself, and Anthony has neither.
Well, Anthony could do it if Artie was right next to him.
Oh, yeah. And then he'll just sit and cackle at Artie's fucking jokes. And I don't want to get into I'm not going to bash Artie here. I just, really, even on like Twitter, I just don't want to do it. I know unfortunately, I don't think he's got much left. And I just don't want to. Anthony and Keith and Garrett, they want to enable this poor man. They want to watch his nose bleed on their show, and they don't want to do anything to help him. That's on you.
Listen, I remember, this is a month ago? You're sitting in my backyard, okay, and news started to break online about Artie's condition. and you sincerely started picking up the phone and trying to figure out if your friend was okay.
I called. I can't even.
No,
I called an inner Stern person, worried and concerned about Artie. And look, I got the information from AJ.
It was Mel Karmazin.
I got the information from AJ, and it was I was misinformed. But then I just say, everyone, pray for Artie. I don't know if I'm going to be honest with you. When I heard the news, I was at my pub, go figure, and and when I heard the news, I had tears in my eyes. I asked, my friend who's a big, member of his parish in the church, and I said, let's say a prayer for Artie. It was. I'm not even kidding.
Jews call him Mishaberach.
I know this sounds, like I know people are going to go wah wah wah, and Artie could do it, but I literally I cried because I thought this was it.
The unfortunate thing is I saw the sincerity, and maybe it was a miscalculation on your part to put it out on the internet so soon, but you were being sincere, and then to have that twisted and turned against you, I thought was a little bizarre.
Yeah, it is. It's very bizarre, but I mean, look, I'm sorry, Artie. I mean, I'm wrong for repeating alleged news that I got, but that's what I was told. And then if you look online, some other guy was fucking saying it.
Well, the best thing is as we kept looking, all roads pointed back to AJ. We literally went on YouTube, found a video with a guy watching another video and going, I found this video from a guy that heard it from AJ.
I know.
In 8 minutes, AJ Benza is all over the internet.
It's true. It's true, because we were at your house at a barbecue, and it was like nonstop. Every road leads to AJ.
Right back to AJ. In literally less than 15 minutes. AJ Benza's Q rating skyrocketed that evening.
It is really true, because we were both trying to find out what the fuck the story was, but he did cancel a show in Akron.
And it's too bad we can't really tell the rest of the story, because you really did speak to a lot of people that are in the know.
I know.
But you were concerned, John.
I know, and I swore the person who I spoke to that his name will not be mentioned. He asked me to not say that he spoke to me, I guess, and I know it's fear of Howard, because everyone's afraid of Howard. Howard's the other bully, and people are everyone's scared shit of Howard. I mean, look, Artie's a nice guy. God bless him, but he's a bully. Artie Lange is a bully, and and he does it on his show when I'm there. He does it to other comics. Artie Lange has done it to AJ. There's a long line of comics and friends and people that know Artie's a bully, and if Artie doesn't think he's a bully, then he's delusional, because he's a bully. And Howard Stern is a bully. I mean, I'm sorry to say. I mean, I've seen the photos, Howard. I've seen the photos, and I saw him again at my show. Certain people had the same, at least one of the pictures I've seen.
This is the one that's going to be in your book you were telling me about?
Yeah. This is the one.
That's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, this is where, I swear, this is where Howard is in front of a video screen asking all of his staff to set up 10 fake Twitter accounts
each
to so they can get guests and whatever. I mean, it's just it's on the screen. So Howard, you can't sue me, because if you do, then that'll be the evidence. And I've seen it now from 2 people who have the same picture. So Howard, you don't have a chance in this. So just don't even bother.
He's not showing up to work. You think he's going to show up to work?
No, but I mean, how lame have you become, Howard, asking your staff to set up fake Twitter accounts? That's just lame.
By the way, this just in, Anthony Cumia is having all of his staff create 10 fake
Well, that's the other thing. Here is, the guy that does our website for, John Melendez for Senate.com.
Yes, yeah. Which we got to talk about at some point, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, this guy was an ex-Cumia employee. And, his name's Ben. Everybody knows it. But he's like the nicest motherfucker in the world. He did us a solid. He fucking set up the website. God bless him. He's a really funny guy. Really funny. I would contest he's funnier than Anthony, to be honest.
Well, now you're really lowering the bar for this poor guy.
But no, he's a good guy. He did us a favor, and and I go there and I go, what happened to Ben? And before you know it, they're calling him, let's just say gay slurs on the air. And I mean, I'm like, here's a guy that worked for you, and I don't know anything about Ben's sexuality, but he could certainly sue him for it.
Well, yeah, but again, if you only have 8 listeners, then really nobody can say you put it out into the public domain.
Yeah, but again, I get your joke, Royce. But
I'm not even making a joke.
No, but look, those 8 listeners become 800 on Twitter. You know, I mean, and then it just begins. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter if you say it to one person is too much.
You're right, but I'm just saying it's kind of sad that instead of focusing on building a good show and being entertaining, you take that little base you have and you just pound away with hatred and bigotry as if that was a skill.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, we know what's going on in this country right now, and you know, Anthony Cumia will have these people that will listen and be okay with it. I mean, the amount of this is the thing, like you don't go on Twitter as much as I do, and you know the hate that people spew, just and the way they use terms like the N-word. You know, the R word for the mentally challenged, the F word for the homosexual community, and just the nonstop. People use it like without even a thought anymore. You know, it's they don't even for a second feel guilty or bad about using the N word. It's unfathomable to me.
Well, they try to pass it off as a joke, right?
No. This is just the hate. I mean, like half of them have Confederate flags on their freaking Twitter sites. I mean, you know, there was one girl, I swear, I kid you not, Ross, I even showed this to my kids. A girl was wearing a hat with a swastika. This is one of Cumia's fans. I mean, really? That's the kind of people you attract, Anthony. And if that makes you proud to attract that ilk, God bless you. God bless you, man. I mean, you're a sick, twisted individual if you think that's a good thing. To have people like that walking around worshiping your fucking pock-faced ass. And well, I'm sure his ass is as pocky as his face.
How many dots on his face could you connect to make an actual swastika?
I don't know. But he's just, so that's what he attracts. I get all the hate from his people on Twitter. And look, I got to tell you something, Royce, and this is the truth. And when I'm on Twitter, for the most part, it's a goof. I mean, like, yeah, I'm serious about some shit, but like Pocky and all that shit, I'm not even that serious about it. It's not even like the only thing I'm like I am serious about, the things we're talking about here, but everything like I just tweet and tweet and tweet. But I mean, it's obviously. Just to irritate him and his fans. I mean, look, I'm one of the biggest ball breakers in the world. But I mean, and I'm gonna do that, in retaliation. Now, that's so funny. People say, "Well, John, you're so bipolar." Like it's weird, Royce. In other words, I am friends with Anthony, right? Then Anthony already trashed me. Then I respond to their trashing, and then we make up. Then they trash me again, and I respond to their trashing. Now, it's cause and effect. I'm not the one starting it. They are. Like even with this one, I didn't fucking go on the air and fucking lie about my stand-up. They did. I didn't lie about it. I mean, I was fine with Anthony. Even when I was on his show and they were fucking bullying me, I was fine.
But why even show up to your show? In other words, you don't have to show up to your show. Why waste your own time? If you're going to go on the air and trash him, if he's going to go on the air and trash you, he doesn't actually need to go to your show.
I don't know, because he was with the girl. It was either that or Chuck E. Cheese. And, and that's the thing. Like, I know, I get it. I mean, like, why? But it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to end how long have I going off on this?
You got a little more time.
All right, because truly there are way more important things to talk about in the world today. But I just want to end it again with the few things I'm going to say to you. Artie, I love you. Get some help and take care of yourself. People love you. And I'm one of those people. And I just can't watch you die. And Anthony, I just got choked up saying, I don't know if you can see it.
I saw that.
Yeah, because I actually could easily, shed tears for Artie right now. Anthony, you ever ever mention my kid again, I'm coming to your door. I know where you live. You can have as many guns as you want.
One button I push from in here.
You do not go after my kids, you fucking worthless coward. You ever do that again, Anthony, I'm coming to you. You got that? And yes, to quote another movie, like they do all the time, when you least expect it, because it's coming. The wrath of Stuttering John is coming, Anthony. And it won't be something peaceful. When you go after my kids, you will feel the wrath. And the wrath will come down heavy on your pock face. It'll come down heavy on your plug head. So just shut the fuck up about my kids, and I'm fine. If that's all you could do in your desperation, the only way you could hurt me is by going after my children, then I'm going to go after people, your friends, and your producers' children. Yes, that's how low I'm going to go. I know I said I wouldn't, Royce.
You really won't, John.
Yes, but I like this voice I'm doing.
I like it too. But it's a very serious thing I want to finish up with the Artie thing.
What?
You don't think it's possible he's Wolverine?
Artie?
I'm looking at it from Anthony's perspective. I'm trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
I don't get where the Wolverine comes from.
All the cuts on the knuckles. Because the blades.
No.
He wasn't there Friday night, so it just started to add up for me.
No. But he's just I don't even want to get into Artie. It's just Anthony is just such a coward, and just to fucking even his brother was like, that's not my brother, he would not go there. I'm like, he did, Joe. He went there. I mean, his brother was even like, nah, Anthony wouldn't do that. I go, yeah, he did. He's
a loser.
And and that's what a desperate man does. That's what a desperate man does when he knows that he can say anything about me, my comedy, anything. It ain't gonna bother me. It's not gonna bother me. So he has nothing left but to attack defenseless children. But then again, that's who he is.
But you're giving him so much show, because what he does is he attacks you, he brings you in, he plays nice with you when you're out at your show, and then he attacks you again. He's using all of this to keep going because he's got nothing else. He's devoid of creativity. So he keeps leaning on you, leaning on your listeners. You're now keeping it going for him, and he'll do another 3 weeks on this because he's got nothing else to do.
No, it's that's the funny thing. Like, people on Twitter, I can't wait to hear Anthony's a rebuttal, because it's all
rebuttal.
But let's face it. When Artie did his shows, when Artie did his podcast, he did 5 hours on me. I mean, each show was an hour and a half, with a half an hour break for when he did his heroin. But he, he would do an hour on me.
Is that union?
He would do an hour on me, and then a half an hour on Howard. That's the whole show. An hour on me, half an hour on Howard. And it was just, and it kept going. Jackie, Grillo, Florentine, Gilbert. Hour on me, half hour on Howard. It's like, I should feel honored that I take up more time than Howard.
I would say so.
But that's all I got. And now Anthony will go on his show today, and actually he'll get probably more subscribers, because people want to hear him talk about me. Because they're obsessed with me. Because I'm way more entertaining than you, Anthony. I'm funnier than you. I'm smarter than you. I don't even think you graduated high school, you twit. You didn't go to college. We know that. You're not nearly as intelligent as I. My brother's in fucking Mensa, Anthony. How about you? You're stupid. You're a coward. So anyway, that's it when it comes to the, Artie and Anthony show. And they're going to go on now today, and they're going to fucking do a whole another hour on me. They'll bring in guests to trash me and, have people. I know exactly what this is what they're going to do, Royce. I don't even want to give any ideas because, like you said, he doesn't have any.
Yeah, you're writing their show for free.
Yeah, I know, but I know what they're going to do.
Send you a fucking invoice, Anthony.
Yeah, I know what they're going to do. They're going to bring people. Look. Let's just say I know what they're going to do. They're going to find people out of the woodwork to trash me, and that's fine. But, they can keep this up, keep my name out there, Anthony. You know what? In this last Twitter rant, I gained another 1,000 fucking Twitter followers.
You did?
Yeah. So keep it up if you want. And just stay away from my kids, Anthony, because I swear to God, you don't want that wrath, and nor do you want that on your conscience. Do not fucking bear hatred towards my children. That's it. Don't be such a pussy.
I have this mental picture still of Jackie sitting in Artie's house for an hour, staring at the walls, just wondering what's going on.
Well, I know.
Just looking around, taking his time.
Hey,
I got nothing to do.
hey, I don't know. What he's doing in his bedroom. Maybe he's jerking off.
I'm watching the paint dry.
Hey.
And what a good sport. If people missed last week's episode or the last episode with Jackie on, I mean, that guy told some great stories.
Nah, I love Jackie. Like, was I mad at Jackie for trashing me on Artie's show? Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I love Jackie. He's a good man. He's got a good heart. I hope he sells a lot of books. And, go support Jackie. I have no problem. I really don't have a problem with anybody. Even Howard, I mean, I have, I obviously have a few beefs with Howard, but ultimately he gave me my start, and I am very appreciative of it. And I don't got any. I mean, am I gonna be honest in my book? Yeah. Are you gonna be shocked by some of the shit that I'm gonna have to say? Yeah. I'm gonna have plenty of inside shit about Baba Booey, the biggest backstabber in the world, and Howard and Fred, because Fred he has nothing. He has no idea what's coming. Fred, you have no idea. You have no idea. You're just sitting there. You have no idea what I'm gonna fucking. Because I can't take it. I'm sorry, Royce. I can't take it. I mean, the shit. I can't wait till my book comes out and I reveal and expose all these fucking twisted pricks. But anyway, that's not now. That's next year.
Yeah, next year, and also next year, your campaign gets into full swing.
Yes,
there's a lot coming up.
Yeah, tell them how to donate, Royce.
Well, you can go on to JohnMelendezForSenate.com. You can hit us up on Facebook. As soon as we hit 2018, we're guns a-blazing. This podcast, we're going to start covering lots of issues. I know you even talked about having Jackie back on. I would love to get some of the insight from guys like that. It's too bad this ballless son of a bitch, Anthony, couldn't come on the show and express his opinions, because you don't have to agree with the guy. He could come on and talk like a man, but obviously he's not one. Because a guy like that, he's entitled to his opinions. He doesn't have to agree with you. He doesn't have to be a Democrat. He doesn't have to be independent. He can be a guy.
I don't know. So you didn't like I asked both of them to contribute to my campaign, and then Anthony, I don't believe in any of your politics. You know what, Anthony?
I guarantee you he does.
What?
I guarantee you if he actually had the conversation, he would realize there's a lot
that
you
is he against hemp? Is he against using hemp for fucking paper instead of fucking cutting down trees?
He's against logic and thought. That's what the man is against.
I mean, what?
You know how many Republicans are pro-hemp?
I know. Mitch McConnell is pro-hemp. Mitch McConnell fucking passed it in Kentucky.
We're going to start episode 3 right now of this podcast.
Why? How long have I gone?
Almost an hour, I guess.
All right. Well,
I'm not even looking at the thing right now.
But and neither one of them would fucking donate to my campaign, which is kind of a sad because this was Anthony. Oh, this is the best line. I didn't tell you this, Roy. So then I go, Anthony, but you told me that you would support the campaign and everything. He goes, John, I was drinking. So this is how this guy. This is like the sick part about Anthony Cumia. First of all, he wasn't drinking that much at that time. But let's say that he was. Oh, I was just drunk. Is that what you say to the girls you strangle, Anthony? I was just drunk? Huh? Is that what you say? Oh, that's my excuse. I was just drunk. You told me you'd support the campaign, but you won't donate.
That's fine. You don't want a guy like that supporting your campaign anyway. He's obviously, I don't even want to get into it, but he's obviously got his own issues. There's too much negativity there. You wouldn't want his support.
No, I know.
People will be coming down on you, going, "Look at this guy. He's got a track record."
Yeah, but I'll still take his money. And
of course, why not take some of his blood money and use it for good?
Well, I mean, like going under the premise. Okay, let's forget the fact that he said he was drinking. So apparently, when he drinks, he doesn't mean what he says. I mean, look, even in my drunkest state, I fucking if I'm not gonna fucking bullshit about fucking donating or supporting fucking a guy. I mean,
you mean your word is your word no matter what state you're in?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, Obviously, if you do coke, you're more truthful. But I mean, but you still mean what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I like any drunk means what they're saying. They just fucking they might be a little harsher.
When he drinks, do the holes in his face leak?
No, Anthony, he wasn't even that drunk. Anthony, his whole premise with Trump, just so you know, Royce is, oh, I want to support anti-establishment. I know Trump's an idiot, but I want to support anti-establishment. I want to shake Washington up. Okay, cut to me. Shake Washington up, Anthony, really? Oh, but you rather Feinstein be in than me? You fucking hypocrite.
The only reason you're running as a Democrat is because you got to play the game. Just like Trump ran as a Republican. He wasn't a Republican. If anything, that guy is probably more independent because he doesn't really have any ideology, okay? So a guy like you running as a Democrat...
No, he's dependent.
Yeah, but...
He's dependent on the mirror.
Well, he's dependent, not independent. But, and that poor mirror, by the way. I mean, that mirror's got 7 years of bad luck, John. But what I'm saying is, you run as a Democrat because we're in the state of California. Otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to run as a Republican? It's an uphill battle either way. So you run from the inside, and then you create and affect change. Don't let people believe that just because you're running as a Democrat that you don't have conservative ideologies, particularly with hemp. Hemp is something that bridges both sides of the political divide.
Yes, and yet, Anthony, look, but it just comes down to, he's always saying how he's a multimillionaire and all this, he promised to support my campaign and he reneged. But that's just who he is. He's a fucking spineless fucking coward.
I didn't think he was a Democrat.
He's on the far right. He's on the alt-right. He's on the white supremacist right. I mean, he's really a sick man. And, I don't know where the sickness came. I don't know if he ever talks about his childhood. Something must have happened because he's twisted. I mean, the guy is twisted. And just he's enabling Artie, and Keith is enabling Artie. And they will all have blood on their hands. Howard knew it, too. That's why Howard... Well, I mean, again, I don't want to get sued, but that's what I heard why Howard won't even have him on, because I think there was some guilt about Howard felt like he was enabling this guy. It's just, this is what, look, Anthony's just taking advantage of Artie, and I don't care how much he's paying him. He's enabling him, and, and Keith is, too, and Keith is an ex-cop, which is such, it is truthfully, it makes some of my cop friends, their stomachs turn. To know that the producer of Anthony's show is an ex-cop, and he allows a guy who's admittedly doing heroin on the show, and while his nose is bleeding. How far is that heroin away from Artie's person at that time? And Keith is allowing it? He's an ex-cop? I mean, he's a disgrace to the police.
Well, I mean, he's an ex-cop, so I don't know how much...
No, but I have a lot of police friends. I have a lot. From my high school, there's a lot of freaking cops that came out of that. They think it's disgraceful what Keith is doing. Disgraceful.
The whole thing's disgraceful, but they're going to take this and spin it as you attacking Artie, despite the fact that that's not what's going on.
No, I'm not attacking Artie. I feel bad for Artie. I'm not attacking Artie at all.
No, I know you're not, but you know how these guys are going to operate.
They're going to, who cares?
Nothing else to say.
Look, again, if I'm the person they're going to focus on with all that's going on in the world, then your show is really bad. I mean, if I'm fucking a guy with 17,000 Twitter followers, that's who you're going to focus on, then then your show is far gone.
This is wrapping up the creative session for the Artie and Anthony show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll probably play it. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
And they're going to sit and goof and goof and goof. But you know what? Like you said, nobody's listening. Nobody's watching.
Listen for the Jackie book plug in their show, because they won't even notice when they rip it off.
Yeah, I know. Get the junk man's bow to stern. Oh, you know what? Somebody told me, I'm not going to get into it, about the title, Bow to Stern. I think it's a great title. I think it was Artie. Artie said it on Anthony's show. It's an old joke. It's an old reference. I know. I never heard it before.
Jackie said it too.
Oh, did he?
He said something like, if you look it up, it's like some picture book of sailboats or something.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
But don't buy that. That's not Jackie.
No. Get the joke man's Bow to Stern. Hey, get my book. I love Jackie. Royce and I, come on, First of all, it was me, you, and, by the way, go to Royce's Arcade Warehouse in Chatsworth. It's a great fucking place. It's a great arcade for the kids and everything. But there's a I guess Royce's buddy, what's his name, Robert.
Yeah.
He's a huge Stern fan. So we're talking outside. I'm having a cigarette. And and suddenly on his ringtone is Hero of the Stupid.
With no knowledge that you were even going to be there that day. This is just the guy that he is.
But then for some reason we went into like half an hour of Jackie impressions. It was the funniest thing in the world.
It lasted a week. There was a week where every time you called me, we just spoke in Jackie's voice.
Hey, what are you doing? He's a good guy. I just want to take this time to apologize to my wife, Nancy. Okay, that's it. And Howard, please don't make a mockery of this. I was there. I was in the studio when that happened.
That's why I have nothing to...
Did I even tell you? I know we got to go, but I'll leave this on a more humorous note. But I think I told you this when we left our Philadelphia, parade or whatever we did, the thing where we derailed John DeBella. Jessica Hahn was there, and I had jumped in the tub and allegedly the water all turned black. But Jackie was in the tub with Howard and Jessica. And and then that's why Nancy. That's why Jackie apologized to Nancy, because he was in the tub with Jessica Hahn. But when we were driving home in a bus, we put because Jessica was with us in the bus. When Jackie wasn't looking or whatever, we put Jessica's our lingerie, our negligee in Jackie's suitcase. And then Jackie told me that thank God that when he got home, he just happened to open his fucking suitcase and saw it and went out in the backyard and buried it.
It's probably still there.
Hey! No, I don't know. I don't know which one of the 5 houses. I don't know which lawn it was buried in.
It's probably buried in the sand on the beach.
Hey, come to my jetty. Come to my jetty. I brought my fucking. I brought the guy who mixed my album. Rob Jacobs. He's like, he makes like a lot of Don Henleys. He just won a bunch of Grammys for Shakira. And he comes to Jack, come by my house. We'll go on the jetty. And we went to the jetty. And poor Rob gets up on the jetty, and there's so many fucking barnacles in the bottom of it. It slices a slit on his leg. He's sitting on the jetty, fucking his legs bleeding. Hey, sorry.
I got a first aid kit.
I'll give you some free albums. Hey, do you want a copy of who farted? I smelt it. Normal people. People you don't know that well.
We got to get it back on for next week.
You want a copy of Hot Dogs and Donuts?
We got to get it back on and talk about the Joke Master Jr.
I asked him for a copy of Joke Master Jr., remember?
And he said he'd need $100,000 to make more.
Yeah. He said that they don't, he ran out.
Well, because he gave them away.
Yeah, he gave them away.
They didn't run out because of sales spiking.
No, but it would be a great fucking kids, stocking stuffer, the Joke Master.
Listen, speaking of stocking stuffers, because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, Anthony, it's called a skin peel. It's like $14 on Amazon. Okay, it comes from Japan. It's black tar. You put it in your face for like 10 minutes. Half of that shit will peel right off. You're welcome.
Well, look. If he spent the money on hair plugs, why not go all the way? But he has the hair plugs. So if you're going to do that, then why not fucking continue and fix your face?
I don't know.
Do something. But anyway, enough about them. Look, see, the problem is they're going to address me now, then I'm going to feel compelled to address them, which I don't even know if, I think this is it. I don't even care anymore. He knows what to do and what not to do. That's it. I don't care about anything
Just a quick plug. If you want to hear the best part to the show, tune into the Artie and Anthony show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You had to fucking pay $7 a month for that piece of shit.
Or listen to this for free.
Yeah. That show, I'm telling you, it's unlistenable. And Artie's a funny guy, but Anthony, it's just unlistenable. It's that bad. My brother, who was an Opie and Anthony fan, huge Opie fan, he had the wow bumper sticker. I wanted to kill him. And he was like, this is unlistenable. It's awful. It's god awful. It's no wonder why I'm their top guest. Because I'm entertaining. It's just god awful.
I heard they're thinking about using the show as a form of torture to.
And there's not look, you could. I don't want to fucking out the guy, but I will. you could talk to Bob Levy. When you go on Anthony's show, you don't get any more people coming to your shows. You don't get any more. No one's listening. There's not. Look, I would be shocked if they had 3,000 subscribers. I'd be shocked if they had that many.
We'll find
shocked. We have more listeners. Who's gonna pay for that shit? You got to be out of your fucking mind. $7 a month? I mean, fuck it. Go buy a 6-pack. All right. Well, that's it. That's it, Royce. I just can't take it anymore. How do we donate to the...
Go to JohnMelendezForSenate.com. On the bottom of the page, you can get merchandise, shirts, whatever you want. The podcast is on there. And then, of course, follow us on Facebook. And we're going to do more of this stuff, right?
Yeah. So this will be on... When will this be on?
Almost as you're listening to it.
Great. So you guys go listen and enjoy, and I hope you have a great day. I love you all. Peace, love, and harmony. And Artie, get better because you're a talented man, and we need you around. All right. Good